Hello. Sorry, I had to finish my dinner really fast. This has been a hugely busy day. I know I'm not alone in this because I've talked to a lot of you out there. It's been a busy day, but it's been a super busy week. I mean, like I'm so grateful for holidays, so grateful for Memorial Day, so grateful for like all the veterans out there. Not even kidding. Um, like not being facetious at all, but god dang, it messed me up. Like the whole holiday messed me up because like now it's like it threw me off for the week. Hey Becky, how are you? It threw me off for the week. Not a bad thing, just happens, stuff happens. And like my kids start their summer programs like next week. So they're here this week. I get it. I get it. They're out of school. It's the time of year, man. This is this is what we do, right? But it's it's not exactly easy to get work done when thing 1 and thing 2 are around. I mean, it's hard enough to get work done when I've got Mouse sitting here staring at me, occasionally eating. Then I've got, I don't know what Jasmine's doing. Jasmine, what are you doing, baby? What are you doing? Okay. So, then I've got Jasmine here. So it's bad enough to have them as a distraction, but having thing 1 and thing 2 like right on top of all of that, it's just not easy to get things done. And I love my kids, but so happy holidays. I say holidays because we do have several coming up in June. Happy belated Memorial Day, everyone. Since I did not post that on Metaphysical Round Table. Hey, Kelsey. But some good stuff happening. I feel like, yeah, Flag Day's coming up. Father's Day's coming up. The summer solstice is coming up. Oh, I know. So great. So, several things I want to talk about today. First, this full moon in Sagittarius that we have on Saturday, June 3rd at 11:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This does depend, of course, on your time zone. I am talking about the Eastern Standard Time because that is currently where I am located. And I'm lazy and I don't really want to do the math because I'm already working on like second grade math and just so much fun, really. But June 3rd, we have a full moon in Sagittarius. Full moons are about letting go. Now, I feel like all the moons, like the new moons, the dark moon, the full moon, they're all about like a peak, a pinnacle. So, is this a pinnacle in your manifesting that you need to let go of? That's what this moon is, right? That's what the full moon is. When we reach the peak or the pinnacle of the new moon, the dark moon, what we're doing there is we're releasing, like, we're having that last push of release out of what we've been releasing from the full moon to the new moon. It's a larger ending, but it's also a new beginning. The new moon is supposed to be a new beginning because we have been releasing, we have been letting go, we've been cleaning out the spiritual or physical clutter, and it gives us that opportunity to have a new beginning. But at the same time, you got to release all that crap out in order to have that new beginning. So at the full moon, we're definitely having that ending, that letting go of whatever it is that we've been manifesting. We need to let that go and give it to spirit, give it to the universe, whatever. Hey, Courtney, and let it go. It's now time to, we've been manifesting and manifesting and manifesting. We're going to bring this in. We're going to bring this in. Now it's time to clear out so that we can bring in like new stuff. Yeah. So that we can make room. Ooh. Wow. Okay, that's very interesting. So, those of you that don't follow the Facebook page Gypsy Soul Surfer, or even the YouTube channel Gypsy Soul Surfer, do you have videos on there, Becky? I see you on YouTube, so I'm not. I was just wanting to make sure. She said she wrote down because she sells products. She wrote down on a piece of paper all of my products sold at full price on her manifestation list. And then there was a fire at the store that she sells stuff and insurance payout. I mean, hey, the universe is bringing her what she asked for. And she didn't put any specifications on it. She just said, sold at full price. So that's just really interesting. That's very interesting. So again, Gypsy Soul Surfer on Facebook and on YouTube. It's really interesting stuff, I got to tell you. Beautiful artwork, by the way. But so this full moon in Sagittarius is a very energetic full moon because it's a fire moon. That makes sense. The fire moons are very energetic. The earth moons are very, down to earth, not stagnant. Not stagnant. It's very grounding energy. The water moons are more emotional. The air moons are like thoughtful. It's more of that mental dialogue. I don't know what's going on with my hair tonight. It's like crazy. I mean, I feel like my hair looks like a 1950s or 1960s housewife, but not in a good way. I don't know. I couldn't make it work. So I just put a headband on and I was trying to do a whole bunch of different headbands. I'm just neurotic. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm a Virgo. There's a lot of weird energy right now, which is the next thing I'm coming to. So, again, this is a very energetic full moon. This is an entertaining full moon. It is not an overly emotional, dramatic thing. Thank you, Courtney. I love you. But it's not an overly dramatic full moon like I would say a Leo moon would be. No offense to the Leo that I know for sure is in the chat. But here's the kicker. We've got Mercury conjunct Uranus in Taurus. So we do have some disruptive communications. We have some sharply worded conversations that could be on the horizon. Yeah. So that's a little like, not what we need to focus on. I'm double ruled by Mercury, so you see where I am. Also, with the Sagittarius moon, we can all be a little bit scattered. We can be a little bit scattered because the full moon in Sagittarius does help us focus our attention on like long-term things. It helps us focus our attention on a long-term like goal, project, or solution. Whereas the Gemini sun is like teasing us and going, focus on the here and now, focus on the here and now. This is like what we're looking at. So that's it. Like it's a good balance, but it also can pull us in different directions and it can make us a little bit scattered. Keep that in mind. So I do feel like because it's trying Mars, because this full moon is trying Mars, we will have some additional focus or dedication towards our goals or our projects or like whatever it is that we're wanting to do in the long term. whether this is a relationship, a career choice. This is a good moon. I say that because we've had a lot of weird moons lately in the past few months. I mean, we are in June. I can't believe we're halfway through this year, but we are in June, and I can't believe that we're finally having a good full moon with no weird little things attached to it. There's not anything happening in an eclipse. There's not anything happening with there's not a square happening here. It's just like some weird stuff. Okay. So the weird stuff happening. There is sorry, my phone keeps going off. There is some weird stuff going on. Okay. So we've got in the next few days we do have things happening, things occurring that and I really feel like we've been in it for a few days. I feel like we've been in it for maybe even a week. There's just been some weird stuff happening. And I'm not saying that it's happening just to the fixed signs, but I'm saying a lot of this is fixed sign energy that is like shaking loose finally. Kelsey, are you the one that's a lot of Aquarius energy? I can't quite remember. And I think did you send me your chart? Okay, I'm sorry. It's been crazy busy. I think you sent me your chart a while back. I'm not sure about that. Hey Veronica, how are you? Hi Sin. I am not doing readings just yet, but you know what? I've got cards out. So how does Damien feel towards you? Dreams and journey. How does that work? Dreams and journey. I think it would be a good idea for you with Damien to hold space and not try to rush into anything. I don't know, Sin. I'm just like pulling that like right off that quick energy. Pisces. Yes. Okay. All right. So you're in for it with the Pisces energy here, Kelsey. But there's a lot of this last little bit of the fixed sign energy. So if you have a lot of fixed sign energy in your top 3, or really just in your chart in general, that's Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, you are you're really like, we're wringing out the last little bit of that energy. We're wringing out the last little bit of this, dare I say, crappy energy. I was going to say something else, but trying to get monetized here. So we're wringing out the last little bit of that crappy energy that we've had for the fixed signs for the past couple of years. And now that all that was heaped on the fixed signs for the last couple of years is going to be split between the cardinal signs and the mutable signs. It's not just focused on one of those. Now, it might be next year, but right now it's split between the cardinal signs and the mutable signs. The mutable signs being Gemini, Virgo, holy crap, Sagittarius. Sagittarius and Pisces, that's the mutable signs. The cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So I have a fair amount of both of those in my chart. So, I mean, having that energy split up between the cardinal signs and the mutable signs is really not doing me a lot of good. I'm going to get hit with it both ways. So it's a very interesting. Sin, I don't know. I think that you just need to hold space for Damien and see if Damien decides to come back. But I think that's what I keep feeling like is hold some space. And if Damien doesn't come back, then there'll be someone else that will step into that. But hold the space. So I really am excited. I'm truly excited about this Sagittarius moon because it is a mutable moon. It is like bringing in this energy of the mutable signs. And I feel like it's finally burning off some of the weird stuff that we've been experiencing for the past couple of weeks. Because here at the end of May, let me just flip to my notes. At the end of May, we had just a wonderful new moon, in Taurus, but it was also goal oriented and a little bit stubborn with it. Not bad, but just, a little bit like, no, that's not what I want kind of energy. I think flexibility with the Sagittarius moon is going to be so fantastic. It truly is. Um, and I feel like transformation is always a little bit, I mean, when we're going through transformation, I mean, look at the cards in the tarot deck that represent transformation. Death. Boy, that's a happy card, isn't it? How about the Tower card? That's a big transformation card. That's super fun. So, those kind of things I feel like is what's been happening to all of us. And I do say all of us because I swear every time I go to my mailbox, I feel like somebody needs like $600 or $700. I'm like, what's happening here? What is happening? Am I supposed to be manifesting more money, or is this like real, or can we get on a payment plan? Like, what's happening? Why is everybody asking for this money? Like, every time I was like starting to dread going to the mailbox. I'm like, if my mailbox wasn't so close to a busy street, I would have sent thing one and thing two out there to get the mail, because I was just like, I can't look at another bill for $600 or $700. I was like, no, I don't want to see that. Hey, Amelia. Oh my gosh, really? Becky, your rising sign is Gemini? Interesting. So, yes, manifesting some money has been a big thing for me, because it seems like I'm getting slapped with that over and over and over again. But then at the same time, I've had some crucial things break. Then I'm talking to a friend of mine. She's had things like that happen. She's had like surprise things that she needs to spend money on come in. Or, she got into a car accident. Thankfully she wasn't hurt, but she got into a car accident and she's just like, really? Really? Is this real? Yes, it unfortunately is. So, I've been putting that out there as just like, what is it that I can do? How is it that I can help? So, I wanted to take a look at some full moon spells for you guys. This is a book that I have reviewed. It's called Moon Magic. I will post this in on my website at metaphysicalroundtable.com. This will be posted on there tonight, and I will also post the like the information about this book, and like the spell that I'm talking about. And I just want to point out, just because you see interesting little books like this at weird places like TJ Maxx or Five Below, or Pop Shelf, or Borders, or even a thrift store, does not mean that they're bad. It doesn't. Sometimes I will say, with books like this that you find at those places, it's sort of like you have to dig for the gold in those books. You have to dig for the nugget of good stuff in them. What do people call them? Easter eggs. Ha! Yes. You have to sort of dig around to find the crucial thing, because some of it can be really superficial. I just think that it's a good idea to look past some of the superficial stuff. And I think that it's really, really important that no matter what you are doing, that you have a practice with integrity, that you have a practice with a moral code, with a moral compass. I will never stop preaching about that. Yeah. So, I'm going to have to put my glasses on. By the way, I want to take the time to thank my friend Carrie for letting me stream to her page again. I love it. La Hermosa Bruja, the Beautiful Witch. She has a fantastic website herself with a lots of goodies for sale. Yeah. Okay, so the healing energy. I really like this one. The full moon is a powerful time for healing, and this spell will help cleanse your body of what hurts or ails. Kelsey? Um, so we can create a spell jar here. Gather a small lidded jar, a personal item, one that represents your illness or your pain, which you can write on a piece of paper as well. A piece of paper and a pen and some moon water. And this is very interesting. This publication also says that you can use wine instead of moon water. I guess you can use moon wine. I kind of dig that. On the paper, write your intention, be it healing physical or emotional pain, um, or finding peace and acceptance to some problem. Be specific. Fold the paper 3 times over and place it and your personal item into the liquid into the jar and seal the lid. Holding the jar, stand, if you can, or sit under the full moon's bathing light. Let it cover you like a warm blanket. Breathe in slowly, feeling the warmth travel through your lungs down to your torso and your toes. And I want to say, part of the reason why we do breath work so much, part of the reason why inhaling essential oils, part of the reason why that works so well is because once that gets into your lungs, it goes from your lungs to your heart, and it goes to every single part of your body that has blood supply. Every cell, all of it. That's the beautiful thing. And that's why I think spirit doesn't like nicotine so much. They never really bitch about green herbs, shall we say, that get smoked. But they do talk about, I've heard spirit over and over and over again complain about nicotine. They don't like it when people smoke nicotine because it does. If you are inhaling it and it's going into your lungs, your lungs are oxygenating the blood that is going to every single part of your body. It travels there. Just letting you know. I've lost my place, so this is great. Here we go. Exhale slowly, feeling your breath carry away the pain up and out through your scalp. Up and out through your breath would also be great. Repeat this until you feel calm and centered. Focus on your breath in and out. When you're ready, say quietly or very loudly, Healing moon, I beseech thee at this time of ill. Send your light, let peace instill. I pray your I pray your blessings from above will fill my life with healing love. Repeat the ritual as needed and then bury the jar when you feel better and are able to let go of the pain. And that is physical and emotional pain. Now, here's the thing. I want to remind you guys that if you live in an apartment or a condo and you do not have a yard, or you can't bury this in your yard, maybe your yard is very small, you can do what I used to do. I used to fill a planter outside, like the biggest one that I could afford. I would fill that that planter with dirt, with potting soil, whatever. I would bury some of my stuff in there and I would plant over the top of it. When I could get to a place where I could bury it, I would do that. It's just, because I mean, let's face it, if you live in Brooklyn, my brother used to live in Brooklyn, not a lot of places to bury stuff around there. I mean, have any of you ever been to Brooklyn? It's not a lot of places to bury things. So try burying it in a planter. It can work. It really does. And it doesn't mean that you're not letting go of that emotional or physical pain anymore. That's good, Becky. That would be cool for a raised bed. Just fill the bottom with jars. Yeah. My dad comes through a lot in a cloud of smoke to tell me to stop vaping all the time. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Because you're just inhaling that into every single part of your body. I am going to post a picture on my website. It should be up by tomorrow. This is a really awesome one. I really, really like this for this full moon energy. It's wonderful. It's healing and I love it. So, I do want to touch a little bit more on integrity. I just feel like it's so important at this time. We're almost in a few weeks. We're coming up on the summer solstice. And I just think that this really is a time that we all need to be practicing that. We all need to be paying attention and focusing on our moral compass and our integrity. I mean, and I think with some of this stuff shaking out as far as the fixed signs, it's gonna give everybody it's gonna give the fixed signs definitely a break. But I think that if we're acting and we're behaving with integrity, we're not gonna feel like a panic. We're not gonna feel like, oh my gosh, the world is falling down on me, only me, only me. But if we're acting with integrity, we can actually sit back. We can take some time to stand back and go, okay, what is it that I'm supposed to learn here? What is it that I'm supposed to learn from every time I go to my mailbox? Somebody's asking for, $600 or $700. What is it that I'm supposed to learn from that? Is this a time that I should be saving? Is this a time that I should be putting money away? Or, I keep having all these accidents. What's happening? What am I supposed to learn? Am I supposed to be paying attention to the details or am I supposed to look more at the big picture? There is just a lot of stuff happening. Hey, Diane. Hi, the weird stuff. Well, Diane, there's just so many weird things happening. It's like it just seems like we're wringing out the last little bit of this energy. And and first of all, we have Pluto retrograding back into Capricorn, which is going to be super fun because the last 15 years, 16 years. It went into Capricorn in 2008. How long is that? 10, 15 years. The last 15 years has been super fun for everyone, hasn't it? Yeah. So, we have Pluto going back into Capricorn. So we're wringing out that last little bit of energy of having Pluto in a really stubborn sign. I can say that because I have Capricorn rising. But having that really stubborn energy, and let's face it, a lot of crazy stuff happened the last time that Pluto was in Capricorn in the late 1700s. a lot of crazy stuff happened with Pluto in Aquarius as well, because that's right after and right in when we had the American Revolution and the French Revolution, and all of those old structures had to be reorganized during the Aquarius energy. Think about that. Yeah. So we do have that system sort of happening here. And I feel like the next 6 months, while Pluto is in Capricorn for the last time for another 200 years, we're going to see some of that stuff come back. We need to deal with it. We like some of that weird stuff. I mean, we've had some really weird stuff happen politically. Roe versus Wade. Are you kidding me? We've had some really weird things happen. We're still having weird things happen, but I feel like when Pluto moves into Aquarius in January of 2024, for the next 20 years, he's going to be there. It's going to really change some things up. It really is. We're just ringing out the last of this energy. Hey, Alethea. I love this. I love, there's a lot of people here from YouTube. I'm digging that. So, it's just really, I feel like it's really strange, and I feel like Pluto, like we're really, really close to, it's almost like Pluto's already feeling that energy of being back in Capricorn, and it is disruptive. It is. I mean, Pluto in Capricorn, the first year that Pluto was in Capricorn, we had like a major upheaval with real estate. You know, we had a big recession. We had like a lot of real estate crappy things happening. And I think that we're going to see that here. And I think that's why like a lot of super sensitive people may already be feeling this. But again, this is why it's so important to stay in integrity and stay with stay within a moral compass. It's good times. I know. So, I have I don't want to make sure that I make all these announcements before I forget. So starting next week, because my boys, thing 1 and thing 2, have activities for this summer. I am going to switch my metaphysical practices to Tuesday nights. I think Tuesday nights is going to be better. I tend to take a lot of phone calls on Mondays. I'm already doing a lot of recordings on Tuesdays. So, I think Tuesday nights is going to be great. I may actually be able to bump it up to 8 o'clock if 7:30 is hard for some of you. But I'm sort of working on that. Oh my gosh, Taco Tuesday. I did not think about that, Becky. That is hilarious. Taco Tuesday and metaphysical practices. I'm in. So I'm going to pick that up on Tuesday. I'm going to start that on Tuesday. And I think that this is going to be a really, I can send out reminders. I'm supposed to be sending out email blasts or whatever with my website. So maybe I'll do that this weekend and just send out an email blast saying, okay, here's a quick reminder that I'm going to be doing metaphysical practices on Tuesday nights. Yeah. And all of my new subscribers will see that. Because that's the other thing is yesterday, actually last night, was the last night to get enrolled or signed up for the May giveaway. And I am now ready to do the giveaways. Yeah. And I have a healthy little list. There was lots of people that made comments on readings at the round table. There was lots of new subscribers on readings at the round table, and there was lots of new subscribers on my website. So very excited about that. And I think I have a total of 4 decks to give away. And I do feel like there was a couple of honorable mentions. So there may be a couple of you that are getting, I don't want to say second place because I don't feel like these little things are second place. I think they're just like, super fun. Yeah. So I just like that. Oh, Becky's adding to it. I'll be adding Reiki to the cards for the giveaway too. Ooh, that's awesome, Becky. Thank you. Again, Gypsy Soul Surfer. She has some awesome artwork on her Facebook page, and I would imagine on her YouTube channel as well. So, I just wanted to get that out of the way. I'm going to post this, and what I'm going to start doing is every week after my show on metaphysical practices, I'm going to put the whatever I've talked about, the handouts, the book, all the reference, whatever I've used, I'm going to post it on the website. That way you guys can go and get it. You can go and look at it, whatever you need to do. I would imagine that you could just like download it from the website. I think you can. If you can't, reach out to me. But I'm going to start putting it up there because I think that that's a good thing for you guys to be able to just go and get, at your leisure. Or especially people that watch the reruns of this and then I'm like seeing it and going, oh, when was that? What, which episode was that? So yeah. But so I'm gonna post this and I'm gonna post a bunch of other stuff and we'll see we'll see how that works. I mean, what's a website for anyway? And I finally put on there that you can contact me for readings on my website. My guides are like, why aren't you advertising that? I was like, I don't know. I felt like it was rude to advertise on my own website. Okay, so here we go. First card that I'm pulling for this full moon is Medicine Mother, Honor Your Inner Knowing. I can't even tell you how much I can't get this in focus. Come on. Medicine Mother, Honor Your Inner Knowing. I love these cards. These are so beautiful. This is, I know you guys have seen me use these before. This is Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors. They're just beautiful, beautiful cards. This is an important time because this is a mutable moon. This is a wonderful time for you to honor your inner knowing. And it's a great time. I mean, the full moon energy. And really, I think everybody should take a moon bath, where you're sitting in the moon energy, whether it's the dark moon or the full moon, you're sitting in that energy and you're taking that moon bath, just like I do with the water. I have different containers and vessels of water, like that I have labeled. And I'm just like, okay, this is from like Scorpio moon on this day or Taurus moon on this day. I use them for different things. So just for fun. I feel like something stung my lip. Hot tub moon bath. Oh. Okay. Everybody, we're all going to meet at Becky's house on Saturday night for a hot tub moon bath. I mean, that is so awesome. And look at the card that I pulled next. This is hilarious. Water Guardian. Connect with your emotions. Am I reading that right? Connect with your emotions. Now, I think this is an important card for several reasons. Because, again, honoring your inner knowing, that's intuition. The Water Guardian, the Water Guardian connect with your emotions is another intuition thing, because our emotions shouldn't rule us. It should be like the Queen of Cups. Let me see if I can find her. It should be like the Queen of Cups, where we're immersed in our emotions, but they're not ruling us. We're listening to them. They're giving us that guidance. They're giving us the guidance of going, I don't feel good about this. When you have a seriously emotional feeling about something, you need to listen to it, especially if it seems out of the way, especially if it seems like wrong in some way. When when you go into a place that's supposed to be like really, really happy and you're like, oh, I'm so excited. But then you get there and you're like, I'm not feeling good about this. Listen to your emotional guidance system. There's a reason. And it may not be that, the whole place is going to come down, but it may just be like, oh, maybe you're at an amusement park and you rode a ride that made you really sick or something, or you ate something that you're going to eat something that makes you really sick. You just have to listen to your emotions, and because it'll save you every time. This is what I'm talking about. Look at the Queen of Cups energy. Do you see this? You see how she's immersed in her emotions. She's in it. She's listening to them. But she's not being ruled by them. She's being guided by them. She's listening to those emotions. She's like, they're up and over. I can't do this backwards. Sorry. Up and over. And she's listening to them. She's like sitting there and just, okay. But she's not being ruled by her emotions. I love this deck. It's so freaking awesome. So that is clearly a powerful woman, is clearly someone who knows how sensitive she is. She is looking for happiness. And so she's letting her emotions take her to where she thinks that happiness may be. It's kind of nice. It would be amazing to be in a hot spring during the full moon. It really would be. It really would be, Diane. I know. It would be really great because I think Alethea lives near a lake. If we could take Becky's hot tub to Alethea's like lake, and really just commune. Let's see if we can manifest that. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm like asking you guys like, oh, let's take part of Becky's house and part of Alethea's house. And let's just find a space where we're all going to just, dance naked under the full moon. And yeah, we really should. If I'm going to be dancing naked, and it should be in the dark. It definitely should be in the dark. I heard this joke. I think I told it to Becky. So, do any of you know who Emma Thompson is? She's an actress. She's a British actress. She's been in Sense and Sensibility, Love Actually. She's been in a ton of movies. But Emma Thompson and her husband have a house in Scotland. And in the summertime, she says she bathes in this pond, and they have a sauna like right beside it. And in the summertime, when it's warm-ish, it's never truly that warm in Scotland, is it? She like gets in the pond, then goes into the sauna naked, and then walks back up to her house like naked, because she's very far removed from like, anybody else. They don't have any close neighbors or whatever. So she did this one night. And then she like, she walks back to her house, she's naked. And and like an hour or so later, like there comes this like knock at the door, and it's the policeman. It's the police in the area, and they're like, "We're sorry to bother you, Mrs. Thompson, but there's been a report of an intruder on your land." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And they're like, "Yeah, there was one of your neighbors was out walking her dog, and she saw naked 72-year-old man walking through your pasture. And she was just like, that was me. And it was the funniest thing. She just said that her boobs had dropped so much that from a distance that they read as testicles. I nearly fell out of my chair laughing so hard when she told that joke. I was just like, "Oh my gosh, that's good. That's really good. That's awesome." But that's how I feel, and if I was, dancing, naked, it should be in the dark because, you know, I breastfed in my 40s, people. And now old girls turned 50, so, things never really went back in their upright position. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. All right. So tell me any questions that you guys have. I really, really like this cute little spell. I really like this moon magic book. It's so fantastic. It really is. The healing energy spell, I feel like this could be great for all of us. I feel like this is wonderful for emotional, for physical. And I feel like this is also not just something that you have to do at the full moon, but I feel like it's something that this book says you can do it at any time. I really appreciate these books that I find at places like TJ Maxx and Five Below and Pop Shelf. Is that what it's called? Pop Shelf. There's a few other places like oh my gosh, I just forgot like some of the names of I find like interesting stuff in places like this all the time. They're really interesting. It's fascinating, but look at them, and you really do sort of have to look through it to find the nugget, to find the Easter egg, as I'm hearing in the vernacular. To find like the little bit of gold. And yes, I'm going to take a picture of this. I'm going to post it on my website. It should be posted by tomorrow. I'm going to post not only the cover of the book so that you can try and find it yourself. And I think I got this one. I believe this one came from Five Below. It was a 3-pack, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm going to post the spell and I'm going to post the book. I've done that a couple of times and it seems, thank you, Becky. It seems like it works really well. So, like I post and say from the last metaphysical practices or something like that. It's a new section that I started on the website, and it was actually suggested to me by um, someone that was temporarily helping me out. And she did a lot of great stuff for the website. So this was one of them. Really appreciate her too. It was awesome. But yeah, so I think I'm now in a place where I'm like, I could really use that what do you call them? Virtual assistants. Yeah, my friend Vanetta had one and she really, really liked her. And so, but the one that I had temporarily just for a minute, she was taking on some bigger jobs, and I'm a small fish. I'm a small fish in a very large pond. So I get it that she needed to like keep her bigger fish like, happy and situated. What do you think, Mouse? Huh? What do you think, Kitty? I don't think he's happy. Kitty, what are you staring at? Mouse. I mean, Jasmine's had her allergy medicine today because, well, she's been rolling around in a lot of fresh cut grass and she's been rolling around in a lot of things that smell. Why do dogs do that? Like, I give them a bath, and the thing is, like, then she goes and rolls around in something stinky. I'm like, this negates the whole purpose of the bath, Jasmine. Because you don't smell like Jasmine right now. It's crazy energy, isn't it, Mouse? I don't know what he's staring at. But there's been some good news at my house, at least. My cottage, my office, finally has running water. So, as soon as there's a couple of things, a few other things that still get fixed, I have running water in my office. I'm very excited about that. You guys have no idea. Would this be a good full moon to charge a yoni egg in? Yes, it would be. It would be, because it's an energetic moon. It's a lot of energy. There's a lot of, like, it's an energetic moon, but it's not a dramatic moon. It's not a dramatically emotional moon like a water moon might be, or like a Leo moon, I think I've mentioned. Again, my apologies to the Leos in the chat. But it's not a dramatic moon, but it's an entertaining moon. Oh, you want to hear about a yoni egg? The last full moon, yeah, we don't like to charge things during an eclipse. Now, there are times when I will like keep eclipse water, but eclipses are chaos. So I don't like to manifest in chaos. I do use that water for specific spells, for specific work, but really, do we need to add chaos into any part of our lives? No, we don't. So sometimes the only way to combat chaos is with chaos. And that's when I use that eclipse moon energy or that eclipse moon water, so that I can get that energy of that eclipse, that chaotic energy. But no, no, no. We don't like to manifest during an eclipse. No. What do you think, Mouse? Are you staring at food? Are you hungry? I mean, he acts like he's starving to death, but he has 2 food bowls here. I mean, it's not like he doesn't get snacks too. I mean, I did share some of my cheese with him. I have my own chaos maker. Oh my gosh, you have a Leo daughter? Oh yeah. Hey, Amber Melanie. That is hilarious. No, children in general are chaos makers. Which is why I spent the better part of my morning vacuuming up Legos, because I've had 2 late nights of doing editing really late. And when I walked through my living room at 12:55 a.m. and I stepped on a Lego, I nearly brought the roof down in my house. It was not a good look for me. I was upset. I was mad. Yes. So, um, I gave them about an hour and a half this morning to pick up Legos, and anything that did not get picked up by them, it got picked up by the Dyson. Because that's the kind of slick bitch I am. And I paid for those Legos anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But he's going to know when he tries to put together that, I don't know, Boba Fett Land Runner or whatever he's talking about. Yeah. So, did you read Diane's response, Becky? Thank you for explaining that, Diane. It's a good way to manifest, when you have the equipment. It's a good way to manifest. Oh my gosh, Alethea, that is genius. I could pick those Legos out of that vacuum cleaner and I could box them back up and give it to him. one of them, their birthday is in September. One of them just had their birthday because I have a Taurus and a Virgo. We're all earth in our house. All earth. It's all earth in my parents' house too. You know, it's kind of crazy. It is. But that's a good idea. Box them up and give it to them for I could do it for Christmas. I could do it for birthday. I wonder if they would even notice. It'd be so great. All right, you guys. I am very excited. I'm very, very happy with this full moon energy. I truly am. I think that it's just, I feel like it's about time. Yeah. And I feel like it's setting a great tone for the summer. I feel like this moon is just setting a great tone for the summer because there's no major squares. There's a great trine with Mars, and a trine is a very positive energy in astrology. So I do feel really good about that. It's not, it's not in opposition. It's not squared. There's good stuff going on astrologically speaking with this moon. So I feel like this is setting a good tone for the summer, and I'm excited. I can't wait for this new moon in Gemini that we have later in this month. And this is the first day of June, people. The first day of June. And now I get to announce some of you lovely people as winners to the May giveaway. And this is a big one because I have so many decks of cards that I was just like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with all this? I mean, because I am a Virgo, I do get into a rut. And I use pretty much the same decks like over and over and over again. Because I just, I fall in love with them. But I'm a little fickle too. So, double rule by Mercury, you can be a little fickle. So you never know when I might change things up, but I'm giving away some of the decks, and they're not used per se, people, but they are opened decks. Remember, they're open decks of cards because I have reviewed them. So that's what I'm giving away. But they're lovely, they're gorgeous. I feel good about it. All right, you guys, if you don't have any questions for me, I'm going to sign off. I should have this posted on my website, Metaphysical Round Table .com. It should be posted up there, but if you do have any questions, you can email me. It is taking me longer to email everybody back. I am so sorry, but with my kids at home, this week has just been a little crazy because they don't start their summer programs until next week. So this has been super fun. And, when I win the lottery, I'm not going to do anything extravagant like buy a yacht or buy an island. I'm going to get a nanny. Maybe I can get somebody as fun as Fran Drescher. Do y'all remember that TV show? God, I'm old. Sorry. All right. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Enjoy this awesome and amazing full moon. This is going to be a good one. This is really going to be a kicker into the summer. Thank you for reminding me, Diane. If I win the lottery, you'll be getting a call. I'm like, dude. Yeah. It's a little hard to work. It's challenging. It's challenging to work with a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old, like underfoot. Very curious 9-year-old and 7-year-old. Super fun. Yeah. All right, you guys. You know what I'm going to say. Get out there and make your magic. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I love, love, love this group. Thank you again to Carrie for allowing me to stream to the Beautiful Witch. Make sure you check out her website as well, with all of her gorgeous and amazing supplies that she has. It's worth it. So thank y'all so much. And I was about to hit the wrong button. Oh my gosh. Y'all have a great, great night. And until we see each other again, what are you going to do? Yeah. Bye.